Now, if there was one thing that I think we could have improved as a group I think it was probably the trailer that me and my group made. I think some of the shots that we used, although they were good in sort of on paper and they were good in thought, I think in actual practice it didn't come out as well as I would have personally liked. I think that's mainly due to the fact of lighting. When we were filming, we were under extremely tight deadlines. I'm not saying that as an excuse, because ultimately it was down to us about planning and organising our time. But if I did go back to it, it would be something I looked at very carefully, because there were some shots that were too light for the horror genre, and then there were some shots that were way too dark. Especially, I think the very last shot of the two couple in mass on the final trailer, I think that is a little bit too dark. But I think on the whole, the trailer did still work well, and people did seem to enjoy it, although they are the actual two that I would change if I could. Now, going on to what skills I think I've actually learnt throughout the course, I think my creative skills and my creative side has really come out through the project, and I think being able to work with Connor, who's a guy in my group, he was the one who actually came up with the original concept, and I'll be honest, my concept was a little bit naff really, but quite a lot of time I'd sit with him and I'd be like, oh, you said about doing this, but why don't we do it this way? And it got to the point where we would be thinking of new ideas every single lesson, and we'd even be thinking of new ideas while on location. We'd see something and be like, we'll film that, see how it looks. Because when we got to location, you'll see on the trailer some of the hands that were on the wall. We didn't know that was there. It was just something that we found and we're like, we'll have it. And it's the same with when I was thinking about what I could do with my website. That's when I got the idea of doing behind the scenes stuff. And I don't know if you've seen some of the behind the scenes stuff, but I think it's behind the scenes number 3 or day 3, I can't remember what I named it as, but there's one of Connor falling over, and I do think you should go and watch it. And I think it's not just the trailer that I was thinking about creatively, it was also the poster and how I could try and incorporate different designs into it, as well as then rejigging what my homepage would look like to try and get the best out of it. And that's something that I do think I really did come on leaps and bounds in. But then again, I also think my planning and organisational skills have really improved. I mean, before the course I said, yeah, I'm good at planning, yeah, I can organise. But when I actually got into it and started to actually plan our own filming schedule and our own locations, it got to the point where we'd plan it all and we'd be like, right, we'll go filming. And then we'd have times where it doesn't work for us, because once I actually forgot tape, which wasn't the best thing, but luckily we hadn't actually got to the location at that point. But also, to be fair, I didn't actually know we needed to ask for the tape separately, so that's something we had to then plan around. And also there was another time when cast couldn't make it, so I had to then plan around them. And then there were other times where our locations, one of them actually got burnt down, so we then had to change it, and it actually worked that our final location, which was sort of like a backup, actually worked better than any other location we could have wished for really. And I think throughout all of those scenarios, that has actually made me think more on my feet, and now I know to take when I go further on, to make sure I make contingency plans for when things do go wrong, because our team had massive problems when we tried to film. Even booms broke on us. We just weren't very lucky. But with the skills that I did pick up along the way, it got to the point where, oh well, we can work around that. We can work around that. And every problem we found, we always found a way to solve it. And I think that's something that I do think I'm going to take on and benefit me, well, for the rest of my life really.